Libra. 12 inner movements that could redefine your path. Something is stirring deep within you, Libra. Not on the surface where everyone can see, but in the hidden chambers of your soul where the most important changes always begin. These inner movements are quiet, subtle, almost imperceptible, and yet they carry the power to completely redefine the path you walk from this moment forward. If you have been feeling restless lately, if something inside you has been whispering that a shift is near, then what you are about to hear may explain everything. Movement 1. The first inner movement that is reshaping your path is a fundamental shift in how you define your own worth. For much of your life, Libra, you have measured your value by what you give to others, by how well you keep the peace, by how effectively you make everyone around you comfortable and happy. But something is changing inside you now. A quiet revolution is taking place in the deepest part of your being, where a new understanding is forming. The understanding that your worth is not determined by what you do for others. It is inherent. It exists simply because you exist. This may sound simple, and in some ways it is, but the implications are enormous. Because when you truly internalize this truth, when you stop performing your worth and start simply embodying it, every relationship in your life shifts. Every decision you make changes. Every boundary you set becomes easier, because you are no longer afraid that saying no will make you less valuable. You know with a certainty that goes deeper than thought, that your value cannot be diminished by anyone or anything. This shift in self-perception is the foundation upon which all the other inner movements are built. It is the ground floor of your transformation, and it is being laid right now, brick by brick, moment by moment, in the quiet privacy of your inner world. Movement 2. The second inner movement is closely related to the first, and it involves the way you process guilt. Libras carry guilt like some people carry old photographs. Carefully, tenderly, taking it out to look at it again and again even when it causes pain. You feel guilty when you disappoint someone. You feel guilty when you put yourself first. You feel guilty when you cannot fix a problem or heal a wound that is not yours to heal. And this guilt has been weighing you down for years, making it nearly impossible to move freely in the direction your soul wants to go. But now, something remarkable is happening. The guilt is beginning to lose its power. Not because you are becoming callous or indifferent, but because you are developing a more mature, more nuanced understanding of responsibility. You are learning to distinguish between genuine responsibility, which is healthy and appropriate, and false responsibility, which is a burden you were never meant to carry. This distinction is transformative, Libra. When you can clearly see that someone else's unhappiness is not your fault, that another person's choices are not your burden, that you are not obligated to sacrifice your own well-being to maintain someone else's comfort, the guilt evaporates. And in its place comes a lightness, a freedom, a spaciousness that allows you to breathe fully for perhaps the first time in decades. This is the second inner movement, and it is liberating you from chains you did not even know you were wearing. Movement 3. The third inner movement happening within you is a dramatic expansion of what you believe is possible for your life. For a long time, you have been operating within a set of invisible boundaries, limits that you accepted as permanent because they had been in place for so long that they seemed like natural features of the landscape rather than walls that could be moved or removed entirely. But those walls are crumbling now. Your imagination is breaking free of its old constraints and reaching toward possibilities that you would have dismissed as unrealistic just a year ago. Maybe you have caught yourself daydreaming about a different kind of life, a life with more adventure, more creative expression, more genuine connection, more purpose. Maybe you have felt a sudden surge of ambition that surprised you with its intensity and specificity. Maybe you have looked at your current circumstances and thought, for the first time, this is not enough. Not from a place of ingratitude, but from a place of honest recognition that you have more to give and more to experience than your current situation allows. This expansion of possibility is not fantasy, Libra. It is preparation. Your inner world always prepares for change before your outer world begins to shift. The dreams and desires that are emerging now are previews of coming attractions, glimpses of the life that is trying to be born through you. And the fact that you can see them, that you can feel them, that they excite you and scare you in equal measure, means that you are ready for them. Movement 4. The fourth inner movement is a significant change in the way you relate to conflict. As a Libra, your relationship with conflict has always been complicated. You are wired to seek harmony, to find middle ground, to smooth over rough edges and bring opposing parties together. And these are beautiful, valuable traits. But they have sometimes come at a cost because in your effort to avoid conflict, you have often avoided truth as well. And truth, as uncomfortable as it can be, is the raw material from which real, lasting harmony is built. What is happening inside you now is that your fear of conflict is being replaced by something much more powerful: a commitment to authenticity. You are beginning to understand that a conflict arising from honesty is infinitely more valuable than a peace built on pretense. That a difficult conversation held with love and respect can strengthen a relationship far more than years of pleasant avoidance. That the discomfort of speaking your truth is temporary, while the relief of finally being heard and seen and understood is permanent. This does not mean you are becoming confrontational or aggressive. That will never be your nature, and it does not need to be. You can be honest and graceful at the same time. You can speak truth with kindness, set boundaries with compassion, and assert your needs with elegance. In fact, this combination of honesty and grace is your greatest gift to the world, and it is a gift you are finally learning to give. Movement 5. The fifth inner movement is perhaps the most tender and the most profound. It is the movement of self-forgiveness. There are things you have been holding against yourself for a very long time, Libra. Decisions you regret, opportunities you missed, words you said that you wish you could take back, and words you did not say that you wish you had. These regrets have been living inside you like stones in a garden, taking up space where flowers could grow. But now, something soft and warm is beginning to move through those hardened places. A compassion for yourself that you have always so freely given to others is finally turning inward. You are beginning to see your past mistakes not as evidence of your inadequacy, but as the natural, inevitable byproducts of a life fully lived. Everyone who has loved deeply has been hurt. Everyone who has dared greatly has stumbled. Everyone who has tried to do the right thing has sometimes done the wrong thing instead. These are not failures, Libra. They are the marks of a life lived with courage and passion and heart. And you have lived such a life. The self-forgiveness that is emerging within you now is not about excusing harmful behavior or pretending that mistakes did not matter. It is about acknowledging that you did the best you could with what you knew at the time, and that you have grown immeasurably since then. It is about releasing the weight of the past so that you can walk into the future with lighter steps and a freer heart. And it is about recognizing that you deserve the same grace and compassion that you have given so generously to everyone else. If what you're hearing feels accurate, imagine what could happen if you applied this energy intentionally for 21 consecutive days. That's exactly what the 21-day program in the pinned comment is built for. Daily guidance, focused direction, and real momentum. If you're tired of staying in the same cycle, this is your structure. Movement 6. The sixth inner movement involves your relationship with solitude. For most of your life, you have needed other people. Not in a dependent way necessarily, but in a fundamental way that is woven into the fabric of who you are. You are a relational being, Libra. You understand yourself and the world through your connections with others. But something is shifting in this area too. You are discovering, perhaps for the first time, the profound gifts that solitude has to offer. Not loneliness, which is the painful absence of connection, but solitude, which is the nourishing presence of yourself. You are learning to enjoy your own company, to find richness in quiet moments alone, to use periods of solitude as opportunities for reflection, creativity, and inner renewal. This is a significant development for someone of your sign, because it means you are becoming more complete within yourself. You are no longer dependent on others for your sense of wholeness. You can be whole on your own, and then choose to share that wholeness with others from a place of abundance rather than need. This shift fundamentally changes the quality of every relationship in your life. When you come to people from fullness rather than emptiness, you bring your best self rather than your neediest self. And the connections that form from that foundation are richer, deeper, and more sustaining than anything you have experienced before. Solitude is teaching you this one quiet moment at a time. Movement 7. The seventh inner movement is a reconnection with your body and its wisdom. For much of your life, Libra, you have lived primarily in your mind and your heart, navigating the world through thought and feeling, while sometimes neglecting the messages your physical body has been trying to send you. But your body is wise, far wiser than you have given it credit for, and it has been carrying important information that your mind and heart could not access on their own. The tightness in your shoulders that tells you when you are carrying too much. The knot in your stomach that warns you when something is not right. the surge of energy that lets you know when you are on the right path. These physical sensations are not random. They are a language, your body's native language, and you are finally beginning to learn how to speak it. This reconnection with your physical self is changing the way you make decisions. Instead of agonizing endlessly over pros and cons, weighing every option from every possible angle until you are paralyzed by analysis, you are learning to check in with your body and let it guide you. Does this feel expansive or constricting? Does this feel light or heavy? Does this feel like a yes or a no? These simple body-based questions can cut through the mental fog in an instant and lead you to the answer that is right for you. Not the answer that looks best on paper, but the answer that resonates with your deepest truth. And as a Libra entering a new phase of honesty and authenticity, that resonance is exactly what you need. Movement 8. The 8th inner movement is something that might surprise you, because it involves an aspect of yourself that you have always kept carefully controlled. It is the movement of your passion. Not romantic passion, although that may be part of it, but the broader, deeper passion that fuels your engagement with life itself. For years, you have kept this passion on a tight leash, expressing it only in measured, acceptable doses, afraid that its full expression might upset the balance you have worked so hard to maintain. But now the leash is loosening. Your passion is beginning to assert itself with a force and a clarity that cannot be ignored. You may feel it as a sudden, intense interest in something that has nothing to do with your current routine. You may feel it as an almost physical restlessness, a need to move, to create, to express, to contribute something meaningful. You may feel it as a dissatisfaction with the lukewarm, the mediocre, the merely adequate. You want more, Libra. And wanting more is not greedy or selfish or unreasonable. It is your passion waking up after a long sleep, stretching its limbs, and preparing to carry you somewhere extraordinary. Let your passion off the leash. Let it run and roar and dance. Let it show you what it feels like to be fully alive, not in a reckless way, but in a way that honors the depth of your capacity for engagement, enthusiasm, and joy. Some people watch, others transform. If you want to be in the second group, the 21-day guide in the pinned comment gives you a clear step-by-step process aligned with your sign. This isn't about waiting, it's about moving. Movement 9. The 9th inner movement is a quiet but powerful reclamation of your time and energy. You are beginning to audit, with ruthless honesty, where your time actually goes versus where you want it to go. And the discrepancy between those two things is becoming impossible to ignore. How many hours a week do you spend on activities that drain you without nourishing you? How many commitments are on your calendar that exist only because you felt unable to say no? How much of your precious energy is being siphoned off by obligations that serve other people's agendas while ignoring your own? These questions are not comfortable, but they are necessary. And the answers that are emerging are giving you the clarity and the courage to begin making changes. Small changes at first. Declining an invitation that you would have reluctantly accepted in the past. Shortening a phone call with someone who consistently leaves you feeling exhausted. Choosing to spend a Saturday afternoon doing something that brings you genuine pleasure, rather than something that merely fills the time. These small acts of reclamation may seem insignificant, but they are not. They are the building blocks of a completely restructured life. A life that is designed around your actual priorities, rather than other people's expectations. And each one sends a powerful message to the universe. I value my time. I value my energy. I value myself. And the universe always responds to that message with more of what you value. Movement 10. The 10th inner movement is a deepening of your spiritual awareness. Not necessarily in a religious sense, although it may include that for some of you, but in a broader, more fundamental sense of connection to something greater than yourself. You have always had this connection, Libra. It is part of your makeup as a sign that is deeply attuned to balance, harmony, and the interconnectedness of all things. But lately, this spiritual awareness has been intensifying. You may have noticed that you are more sensitive to the energy of places and people, that synchronicities and meaningful coincidences are occurring with increasing frequency, that moments of profound gratitude or overwhelming beauty are catching you off guard more often, that you are drawn to silence, to nature, to contemplation in ways that feel new and essential. This deepening spiritual awareness is not taking you away from the practical world. It is enriching your experience of it. It is adding a dimension of meaning and purpose to activities that might otherwise feel mundane. It is helping you see the sacred in the ordinary, the extraordinary in the everyday, the divine in the deeply human experience of being alive. This is one of the most beautiful inner movements you can experience, and it is happening to you right now in the quietest, most tender part of your being. Movement 11. The 11th inner movement is a fundamental change in the stories you tell yourself about who you are. We all carry narratives about ourselves, stories that we have been telling for so long that they feel like truth rather than interpretation. I am the peacekeeper. I am the one who holds everything together. I am the one who puts others first. I am the one who never causes trouble. These stories have shaped your life, Libra, in ways both helpful and limiting. And now new stories are beginning to emerge. Stories that include your strength alongside your gentleness. Stories that honor your needs alongside your generosity. Stories that celebrate your courage alongside your diplomacy. I am someone who speaks my truth with grace. I am someone who deserves to receive as much as I give. I am someone who can say no and still be loved. I am someone whose growth matters not just to me, but to the world. These new stories are not replacing the old ones entirely. They are expanding them. They are adding chapters that were always meant to be there but that you never gave yourself permission to write. And as these new narratives take hold, as they become the stories you tell yourself in the quiet of your own mind, your actions will naturally begin to align with them. You will start behaving in ways that match the expanded version of who you know yourself to be. And that behavior will create results that confirm the new stories, strengthening them further. This is the beautiful cycle of self-reinvention, and it is unfolding within you right now. Movement 12. The 12th and final inner movement brings all the others together into a single coherent whole. It is the movement of integration. All the separate shifts you have been experiencing, the new understanding of your worth, the release of false guilt, the expansion of possibility, the embrace of honesty, the practice of self-forgiveness, the appreciation of solitude, the reconnection with your body, the awakening of passion, the reclamation of your time, the deepening of spiritual awareness, the rewriting of your personal story. All of these are now beginning to merge into a unified experience of transformation. You are not just changing in one area of your life. You are changing at every level, and those changes are weaving themselves together into a new pattern, a new way of being that is more authentic, more powerful, and more beautiful than anything you have ever known. This integration is the hallmark of genuine transformation, the kind that does not just alter what you do but transforms who you are. And it is happening to you, Libra, right now in this very season of your life. The path that lies before you has been redefined by these 12 inner movements. It is wider than it was before, more spacious, with room for your full self to walk upon it. It is brighter, illuminated by the clarity and honesty you have cultivated. And it is leading somewhere magnificent, somewhere that matches the depth of your soul and the breadth of your potential. You cannot see the destination yet, and that is perfectly fine. What matters is that you are on the path. What matters is that you are moving. What matters is that the inner movements you are experiencing are real and powerful and irreversible. You are being redefined, Libra, and the person you are becoming is someone truly extraordinary. You have two options after this video: close it and hope things shift, or decide that the next 21 days will be different. If you choose the second, the structured 21-day transformation aligned with your sign is waiting in the pinned comment. The energy is already moving, the only question is whether you are.